Very good morning, students. My name is Sarmori Varman. I'm an assistant professor from the Department of Visual Communication, Bharat Institute of Higher Education and Research. So today, in the course Communication Skills, we are going to see the topic known as barriers in communication. So first of all, we will see what is communication, which is just a gist. So communication is nothing but it is the way in which we transfer ideas, transfer our information, and any kind of thing, okay, any kind of information from one person to another person. We have many means. There are many means of transferation of communication. For example, you can communicate in the direct sense. We can speak direct in the face-to-face communication is there. We can speak with mobile phone. We can communicate with the online mediums such as Facebook, WhatsApp, and at the same time we can also communicate with currently if we are doing like the video calls and anything. So there are many means of communication today in this digital world. So eventually what we are going to see is we're going to see the barriers. Barriers means what? The struggles which we are going to face while communicating, either in the face-to-face communication, at the same time in the online communication. For example, let's see. First of all, we'll see what is a barrier. See, barriers are any obstacles or difficulties that come in the way of communication. Very simple. Okay. So a barrier is nothing but any kind of disturbance, any kind of obstacle which distracts, which disturbs the communication is known as a barrier. So for example, if you are speaking a phone, while speaking a phone, if you are getting external noise from your area, some mechanical sounds or anything, or traffic sounds or anything, so the person in the opposite, they cannot hear it properly. They will have noises there. So that is a barrier. The same way, there are many kinds of barrier. They may be physical, mechanical, psychological, cultural, or linguistic. So this barrier of communication, it not only it may be external environmental sounds, it may be internal, cultural, even psychological issues can also be a barrier in communication. For example, take an introverts are who they won't, they avoid communication with other people. They avoid contacting with other people. They like to be secured in a room. They don't like to speak with other people. So those guys are known as introverts. Okay, so that is a psychological effect. They cannot speak to other people properly. So what is that? It is also a barrier in the communication of that particular person, right? So that is a psychological. Cultural means, see, for example, if you are from a different culture, for example, if you are from China, you will have some kind of uh, you know uh, some kind of ethics, some kind of cultural background. And we are from India, right? The other person is from India, and he will have some kind of cultural and obstacles like that. So right, so when both different cultures meet together, they will have some barriers while communicating, even though they don't know the language. That is linguistic communication barrier. Leave it. Even though they don't know the language, apart from the language, culturally, communication can be brought to an end. The communication can be made with an obstacle, right? So that is cultural barrier, right? Let's see in detail. And see, normally this barrier is known as noise in any communication. So what is noise? So noise is nothing but any disturbance. The disturbance can be external, the disturbance can be environmental, the disturbance can be from the sender or the receiver, anything. Or the disturbance may be available in the channel itself. For example, the same phone call, if you are speaking with someone, okay, if there are some noise which which is originated from the signal problem, signal issues. For example, sometimes if you speak, if you don't get this proper signal, your voice will be distorted. Okay, the person who is here opposite to you, they cannot hear you. Okay, these kind of issues may come. So that is known as technological or mechanical barriers. Okay, so that is also considered as noise. At the same time, external noise such as traffic sounds or any other disturbing sounds, that is also considered as noise. Okay, both are noise only. Okay, in terms of communication, noise is any disturbance or any obstacle which disturbs the communication. Okay. So the explanation for noise is, noise denotes not only atmospheric or channel disturbance, but all barriers that distort communication in any manner. Simply put, it is not only atmospheric or channel disturbance. As I said, atmospheric sound, not only atmospheric sound. Okay, external noise, you don't have to consider only the external noise. You can also consider the channel disturbances. For example, another example I am giving you, if you are watching TV, when you're watching television, if the signal cuts suddenly, if your antenna is not receiving the signal properly, what will happen? What will happen? Eventually, your TV program or your TV movie, it will get cut, right? So it is a noise. It is a noise in that particular communication. For example, if you're watching Netflix in your mobile phone, right? So if your Wi-Fi, suddenly the Wi-Fi current is off, so your Wi-Fi puts off, what happens? Your Netflix will stop, right? So that is also known as noise. That is known as channel disturbance. Atmospheric disturbance means any noise. For example, if you're watching a movie, the same way you're watching a movie in your TV, or if someone else is loudly speaking in your home, okay, in a mobile phone with someone or something, okay, so you are also increasing the volume in the TV. So what will happen? Both of you will create a noise environment for both of you. It is known as atmospheric noise. Okay, for example, your TV volume will disturb the person who is speaking in the mobile phone. At the same time, the person who is speaking loudly in the mobile phone will disturb your communication with TV, right? So, that means you are watching in the TV, right? So that will be disturbed. So all these kinds of disturbances are known as noise in terms of communication. Okay. So as I said before, there are mainly 5 types of barriers, but if we want to elaborate more, barriers are having many kind of types. Okay, for example, the main types are only 5. That is physical barrier, psychological barrier, a linguistic barrier, cultural barrier, mechanical barrier. Okay, so we will see what is physical barrier. First of all, another conversation going on within hearing distance, loud music or traffic noise, crows cawing, plane passing, these sounds can drown out messages. So what is this actually? This is nothing but any conversation or any kind of noise. It may be a loud music, it may be a traffic noise, it may be even crows, or crows means what? Birds, crows, birds, any other animals like dogs, anything shouting, and even a plane passing, or a car or lorry or horn, anything which comes in the with hearing distance of you. Hearing distance of you, it is known as a physical barrier. Okay, not only this, the another type of physical barrier is also there. See, for example, high temperature, poor ventilation, any vibration, a strong glare, these are also considered as physical barrier. How? See, if you are sitting in a desert, where your temperature will be so high, you cannot, there you need water, you need some basic needs. There your communication will be not 100% perfect. If you want to communicate with some other person, you won't be communicating very casually. Okay, so you will have some kind of disturbance. You are in a high temperature, If you are having a low temperature in very high AC, you cannot communicate properly. Your communication may be disturbed because of your temperature, external temperature. And poor ventilation. What is poor ventilation? For example, if you are in a dumped room, where you cannot even breathe properly, so how will you then communicate there? So your communication will be disturbed there, right? So poor ventilation can disturb your communication. That is also a part of physical barrier only. And for example, any vibrations, right? For example, if you are while communicating, you are getting an earthquake, what will you do? You cannot communicate properly, right? So your disturb, if a barrier will be there will be a barrier in the communication. Okay, why I'm saying earthquake is, I'm giving an example. Anything which disturbs the world or disturbs your environment physically, it will also definitely disturb your communication. So that is very, very important, guys. Okay, even a strong light may affect your communication. For example, if you're going in the bike, communicating with your friend, you are going the doubles. For example, if any lorry is coming in the opposite side, and the lorry's light is very bright, so it will affect your communication. Definitely you will just close your eyes and you will stop communicating for a second, right? So that is also known as physical barrier. These can contribute to distortions in message sending and receiving of messages. So that is what here they are sending. Okay, this may not totally stop the communication. Okay, this may not totally destroy your communication, but they may distort. They may just slightly, they will touch and disturb the sending and receiving of messages from the sender and the receiver. So that is also important. And another physical barrier is, which is like for example, if you are not sleeping properly, the next day you are going to school or college. Okay, next day you are going to school or college, and you are if you cannot sleep properly in the night, the next day you won't be active. You will be very, very dull. Okay, if you're going to school or college, you cannot receive the messages properly. You cannot hear properly. You'll be very sleepy. Okay, so you won't have to you cannot communicate to your teacher properly. So that will affect your communication there itself. So that is also very, very important. Sleeplessness is also very, very important in communication. So you have to sleep properly, so that the next day you will be very active. When you are active, your communication will be perfect. That is what I am saying here. Next is ill health. For example, if you are not healthy, if you are having a fever, or if you are having a corona, let's say, for example, okay, if you are having these kind of symptoms, how will you communicate properly? Your communication will be disturbed. Your communication will be it will be not proper. Okay, so you cannot when you are not feeling well, you cannot communicate properly. That will affect the communication. So that is very, very important. And effects of drugs. If you're taking any kinds of drugs, for example, sleeping pills, or any kinds of drug which affects the mind, which affects the brain, which may give dizziness, which may give sleepless. So these kind of drugs also may affect your communication, where you cannot speak properly, where you cannot communicate properly, or you cannot understand properly. See guys, very, very important, guys. In communication, you're sending the message is also equally important to receiving the message. Okay, so in this kind of physical barriers, you can send the message. Okay, somehow you can, if even though you are ill, even though you are in the effects of drugs, you can somewhat speak in the slow manner or in a soft manner. But receiving the message is very, very problematic here. Okay, you cannot understand properly. If you consumes a lot of alcohol, people, you may see in the televisions, or other kind of movies, when people consume a lot of alcohol or drugs, they cannot speak properly, they cannot understand properly. So this is also known as a physical barrier. Okay, and last but not least, you can see mood variations. Okay, if you are not in the proper mood to communicate with the person, you shouldn't communicate with the person. Okay, because it will create a physical barrier for you, so that you cannot speak with them properly, which can lead to difficulties in listening. all these things, for example, sleeplessness, ill health, effects of drugs, mood variations, mood swings, these can lead to difficulties in listening. This is what you have to know. Next is, this is a very 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 important topic, guys. Important topic as well as important uh, thing you have to learn, that is ignorance of the medium. What is ignorance of the medium? The various media for communication are oral, written, audio, visual, and audio visual. Okay. The use of medium with which the communicators are not familiar with would turn the medium itself as a barrier. Did you understand? See, ignorance of the medium. The answer is in the definition itself, the word itself. Ignoring the medium. For example, if you are communicating to a deaf person via mobile phone, can they hear it? Can they hear it? Can a deaf person hear from a mobile phone? No, they cannot hear because they are naturally deaf. They cannot hear whatever you say. But you can just write something in a paper and show that to the deaf person. If they can read, they will understand the communication. So this particular notion is known as ignorance of the medium. For example, you cannot show a movie or show a written document to a blind person. They cannot receive it because they are blind. They cannot receive any visual medium. They can only receive audio medium. Okay, so this is known as ignorance of the medium. People who are ignorant of a medium, they cannot receive any kind of communication, particularly in that communication medium. Another example I am giving, take example written medium. Okay, if you are a good, if you're healthy, you are not blind or you are not deaf. Okay, but if you are an illiterate where you cannot read, if you are given a newspaper, how will you communicate? How will you understand what is written? You cannot, right? So that is also a communication barrier. That is also considered as ignorance of the medium, where you cannot understand what is written because you cannot read, because you are an illiterate, right? So this is also known as ignorance of the medium. There are many examples for this like this, right? So this is what here they're conveying, that is the use of medium with which the communicators are not familiar would turn the medium itself as a barrier, is what we are trying to show here. Next, psychological barrier. See, this is very 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 important, because this is totally, this may affect your not only interpersonal communication, this may also affect your intrapersonal communication. That is, even what is intrapersonal communication. Last class we see what is intrapersonal communication. That is communicating within yourself. Communicating within yourself is known as intrapersonal communication. Okay, so in psychological barrier, even intrapersonal communication can be disturbed. For example, first point, frame of reference, a kind of window through which we look at the world, at people and events and situations. If that kind of window is not properly accessed, your communication will be brought to a barrier. What is that? What is the frame of reference? For example, if you believe in a particular god, it may be any god, maybe from any religion, right? Any other person who is from the opposite religion, who believes in the opposite god, they comes and they speak about their god. They comes and they popularize, or they demote, defame your god. You cannot accept that, right? So that is known as frame of reference. Anything which you believe in, anything which you believe in, If it gets disturbed by other person while communicating, you won't receive that communication. That is also a barrier. Okay, that is also a barrier. If someone is receiving something which is which it affects their ideas. For example, if I believe in some superstar or any kind of hero, any kind of hero, I am believing in any kind of hero, I love them, I love that guy, I'm a big fan of them. Okay, if you're the opposite guy, you come and you defame my hero, I will not accept your communication. I will just I will fight with you, right? So that is also known as a barrier. That is also known as a barrier only. Okay, that is what we have to know. That is what you have to learn. Okay, so the next thing is self-image. What is self-image? For example, it is also known as self-concept. The way an individual you know looks at himself. See, for example, you may be a person. Okay, you will have some self concept in you. Okay, you will be looking you as a good person. You will be looking as something that is not self concept. Okay, it helps the individual to defend their point of view in the way they wish to interpret the communication. This is also like a frame of reference only. For example, if you are good at something, if you are good at max, if you are good at max, if someone and coming that challenging you that you are not good at max, okay, just come and challenge me, there you will get your self concept is touched, your self concept is disturbed. So that what will you do? You will accept the challenge, you will go and face them, and that is also known as a psychological barrier. That is also known as a psychological barrier. And last, the psychological barrier, we are seeing resistance to change. This is very very important when you are considering the mass communication. In the psychology of mass people, you see, people resist to change. Okay, they like being the same way they have lived their whole life. They don't want change. Okay, so it will be tough for them. For example, before the covid affection, people were having a normal life. The people were going out, people were having a normal life. When the corona comes, the government decides to what? The government decides to you know put a lockdown where people will be stayed in the home itself. So what will happen? People, there is a change coming. Okay, the change is very big, and you have to be in the home for 24 hours. You cannot come out, you cannot go with your friends, you cannot do whatever you want, you cannot spend your money, you go to hotels, you cannot eat properly in the outside, fancy restaurants. This will affect their normal life. So they cannot go to watch movies in theater. Every aspect of their normal life is affected. So no one will love or no one will like to accept that change. So that is resistance to change. It is actually explained as the risk of being changed in one of the most frightening prospects of many people face. People don't change their views and ideas so easily. They resist. They resist to do so. Next, linguistic barrier. This is the most important one barrier. For example, barrier which occurs when the communicators are not familiar with the communicative language. For example, if the sender is speaking in English and the receiver only knows Hindi, how will he understand the English? No way, right? No way. Language barrier is known as linguistic barrier. If the receiver is not, if he doesn't know the sender's language, they cannot communicate. But there is a way where they can communicate. Even though if you are having a language barrier, you can communicate to anybody. Do you know what it is? The only way to communicate when there is a linguistic barrier is non-verbal communication. What is non-verbal communication? Where you can communicate with the person without any words, without any language. You can just communicate with your gestures. You can communicate with your body language. You can just show some signs in your hand, show some signs in your face, so that the opposite person may understand your communication. So that is known as non-verbal communication. And guys, non-verbal communication is, totally very much effective than normal communication. So that is very important. Okay, so when you are when you get caught, or if you are going to another state or any country, if you are blocked by the language, by linguistic barrier, don't you worry, don't you worry. You are having non-verbal communication, you are having your hands, you are having your face. You just, with your body language, with your communication talent, with your non-verbal communication talent, you can convey any kind of message to the opposite person. It may be not, 100%, but 90% of the communication is affected by non-verbal communication only. So non-verbal communication is very much effective than verbal communication. So linguistic barrier is not a big barrier in a country like India. So you don't have to worry about linguistic barrier. So in linguistic barrier, language is an important element. Language is a way of expression of the thoughts and experiences in a particular manner, in a particular code. Language is like a code, right? It is like a code. So that particular codes will be understood only if the sender and receiver, both of them, are familiar with the code. So that is known as language, right? Next is cultural barrier. So what is cultural barrier? Cultural barriers may occur when there are crossovers in different cultures. The cultural aspects vary among different cultures around the world. Each has a unique tradition and way of living. So this is the final and important barrier. Okay, this kind of barriers developed when the overall human community developed, cultures and traditions. For example, there is a mention here: touching the feet of elders is considered respectful in India, whereas in another foreign countries it is not considered as a respect. Okay, so you cannot go to America or you cannot go to Europe, and if you receive a medal there, you cannot fall in the feet of some respective person there. Okay, they won't, they will laugh at you. Why? Because touching the feet of elders is respectful only in India, not in other countries. Other countries won't do that. Okay, they know that the feet is not for respecting others. Okay, people in other countries, they know how to respect each other. Okay, they shake hands with each other, they don't bend to anybody. Okay, that is their culture. The same time, bending and falling in others feet, right? Even though they are not good at everything, if they are in the older age, you will fall for them, you will fall in their feet, even though they are not very good, knowledgeable, or like you. Okay, that is the culture followed in India. It is a culture, that's all. There is nothing very big in that. Okay, cultures vary in one country to another country, and it doesn't mean uh, you know you can break the communication, right? For example, you cannot, the same way, you cannot shake hands here. Nowadays people are shaking hands because we have adopted to the Western culture in India. But in other countries, Indian culture is not popular, right? So you cannot do whatever you do in India. So cultural barrier is also very important in a when you are going to other states or other countries. We tend to be in some kind of culture, the other people from other countries, they will be in other kind of culture, right? So that is very, very important, right? See, this is the difference. Okay, and European, they just give shake hands, but a Japanese man, he won't shake hands, he will just bend, he just bow down to the person. So this is a example for cultural barrier, right? And last but not least, the mechanical barrier. Mechanical barrier means any barrier raised by the channels employed in the communication. For example, channels become barriers when the message is interfered with some disturbances. In radio communication, if there is distortion, it is a mechanical barrier. Okay, any telecommunication signal issues, as I said before, signal issues may also considered as mechanical barrier, right? So by this, we are completing the PPT. I think we will meet in the next PPT. Thank you, students.